Hello, Owl Pals. I hope you guys heard that because you never know, quite frankly, when your voice actually starts to be heard. This is Big Al for the Saturday Night Rewatch, along with my trusty co-host, Troy Pacelli, the Klingon cleric. Say hi, Troy.
Hello. How is everyone?
I was asking Troy if he was feeling better because if you guys were aware from the other night on Tuesday, Troy wasn't feeling quite well and was a little self-medicated.
Yeah,
at the time.
well, in full disclosure, I'm self-medicating again, so we'll see how that works out. I do have a tab and rum, so we'll see how long I feel, even keel, and when I kind of go right over the edge.
I'm just shocked that tab is a thing still.
I
always thought it like just disappeared.
And with the nostalgia that I've been going through, that very 70s love, it tab tastes like the 70s to me. So I enjoy it.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I used to be an RC guy. I don't know why. For some reason, I used to think RC was a diet drink. This is now I'm talking like being a kid. I'm like really young, and I don't know why. Some things you just think or something, and you don't know why.
Now, see, I kind of was,
but no, tab. To me, tab was always a girl drink because it was a pink can.
Yeah. I don't know what it was. I just liked the taste of it. It was that saccharine flavor that I enjoyed. But I did drink a lot of RC too. My uncle owned a marina in Ohio through the 70s and 80s. And so that's what he served. And so that's what I drank.
Well, nothing wrong with that. Who we got here? We got Owen Lister with us tonight. Got Melissa. Hi, how you doing?
A lot of the usual suspects.
Let's see, Kate. Well, and we love them all the Owl Pals and Pacelli peeps. We love them. Casey Scott in the house. Let me see. Scrolling down. Jen no. Is here. No. Agent Boomer in the house. Matchstick. What's going on here? I'm using StreamYard because I'm hoping that we might be joined by at least one more person who said they were interested in joining us.
We'll see.
I sent the link, so we'll see. But I'm not going to wait forever, so we'll see how it goes. So that Daniel Heron, that's fine to see.
Evelyn Hampton, so glad you could make it.
Oh, Evelyn Hampton. I saw that name on your...
She's a Klingon. She's awesome.
Your thing.
Yep.
Oh, Kapla.
Yep. She's someone I salute and say Hicha to, because she outranks me.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, see, I am sadly, I just know Klingon from basic fan, so I don't know all the ins and outs. Although I do some of the KLI guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One of the main, I can't remember what his name is. One of the main guys had glasses. Kind of forget what his name.
Well, that sounds like Dr. Okrend. he's the Klingon language.
No, it's not. No, this was a bigger guy than Mark was. But I've met Mark. I've met Mark a couple times because he always shows up at the Baltimore conventions.
Yes, he does, and he is awesome. He's so friendly.
He's great to listen to. I've been to a couple of his talks about how he developed the language, and it was he said something that there were like 5 types of speech in the world, and he made another one.
Yeah, he went
variations in tone.
He really,
I forget exactly what it was.
He wanted to go for something that was unique enough to be alien, but not so unique that actors couldn't manage it in short order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I always thought that was pretty cool. Uh, a drink that tastes like the '70s is a very uh, synthetic statement. I dig it. Okay.
Synesthetic.
I
Yeah.
don't synesthetic. Okay.
Synesthetic is a word that you should know since you're always talking about ASMR. The people that get ASMR tingles, that is synesthesia. That's where that comes from.
Ah, yeah. I just never heard it with the IC at the end.
Mm-hmm. Synesthetic.
I'm just one of
Yes.
those things. Yeah, no, it's one of those things. Like, hey, I'm,
Synesthesia is the noun.
the old,
Synesthetic would be the
right,
adjective.
right. I just didn't know that. But yeah, I mean, so yeah, so anything '70s. I keep thinking the taste of the '70s,
Yep.
all those darn snack foods that they don't make anymore, pizza wheels, chipsters.
Yeah. Yep.
I used to love those things, and now they just don't exist.
And
Although there's a form of chipsters,
yeah,
in France or something, but it's like it wouldn't be the same thing.
Well, and that's like the candy bar, the marathon bar. Now you'd have to go to England and get a curly whirly. It's the same thing basically.
Yeah. What's the thing that it's a bar. It's like it's chocolate covered with marshmallow. That was I can't remember what it was. It's like wasn't a marathon bar, but it was something like that to me as far as the name. I can't. God, I hate going down memory lane when the memory fails,
Yeah.
and I end up in the ditch. I'm ending up in the ditch going down memory lane,
which is kind of why we're on Facebook groups for fuzzy memories and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, I'm an old man. The memory's just going to get worse and worse. But
join the club.
The thing I do remember, a Charleston Chew.
Oh,
that's
Charleston Chews. They still have those though.
Chew.
They still have.
Yes, they do. And yeah, they're just not easy to find around here anyway. But I love me a Charleston Chew once in a while. Now I'm a diabetic, so I can't.
I remember. See the
nom on sweets, but I
the
do
traditional
like
Charleston Chew was the like basically like marshmallow dipped in chocolate, but they also had chocolate ones and strawberry ones too. Do you remember those?
No, I'm very much a basic.
You're a purist, huh?
Original. I'm a purist. Like if you've ever heard of Andy Cap fries.
Oh yeah,
cheddar fries
and
hot fries, and now they have like barbecue and ranch fries. They used to have something that was just called pub fries, which were plain, and they don't make them anymore, to my knowledge. And I love them, and I just don't make them anymore. It bugs the holy living crap out of me that they don't make that flavor. But anyway, let's get talking business. Let's get talking Ghostbusters.
So I'm guessing
that's why we're all here tonight.
I'm guessing that you have the MP4. Where does your MP4 start?
I have the MP4. Mine basically starts with the lovely Columbia Pictures lady coming in holding her torch, just fading in. Columbia Pictures has not quite fully
so you have to like itself. The 2-second mark.
On my 3-second mark on mine.
3-second mark. Okay, let me.
However it would be if I could start lining everything up. Well, AL has joined us. How you doing? Just drop by, hit the like button, have a good watch. Well, thank you for dropping by, AL. Is it just AL, or do we say? Are you another Al, or is there another or is it just AL? Because I see it and I always think it's me, and it's having an Al. Anytime I see an Al or something like that, and I hate when I see a big Al because that bugs me. Because I know I am Big Al, and everybody else is just a pretender. I'm just kidding around.
Yeah, Janet Deal says there is only one Big Al. I agree. There can be only one.
Yeah, for a sweet treat, check my P.O. box.
Professor Geek in the house. Professor Geek, you know you've been sent the link. Why don't you join us so that you can talky talk instead of typey type?
Yeah, don't you want to like actually chat? I sent the link, Professor. You have to start getting back into the swing of things, since you are going to be coming back
Professor, we need you
into
to come
the
profess.
streaming fold. If you don't, let us know. Then we can start. That's what I was kind of waiting for. I was waiting to see if you showed up to go live. Ready for the. Of course, he says he's ready
Nanette
for the
says,
He-Man
hello,
rewatch.
sweetie.
Oh, hello, sweetie.
Well, Professor Geek, you did the He-Man rewatch already. That's kind of done now, unless we start doing the cartoons, which we may have to do, since I understand that they're going to be doing a sequel to those cartoons. I would be all for that, but we have to wait until they're actually getting ready to do that.
A sequel to the actual other He-Man cartoons?
So apparently they're planning
to
do two different series. One that's going to be something completely new, and one that's going to be a literal culmination of the storylines from the original cartoon series.
To quote a character from the Netflix series I've been watching season 2 of today, danger, Will Robinson.
Yeah.
It always makes me nervous. Started watching the Lost in Space season 2 on Netflix. Great show. God, well, I'm 7
So Professor
7
Geek
episodes.
says, sorry guys, didn't mean to delay. I have the Wi-Fi vampires. My niece is over. You wouldn't be able to hear me. I'll jump on later if they finally go to effing sleep.
Okay, well then we won't delay too much longer. Just like I said, just waiting for. So what I'll do over to what I like looking at, which is the YouTube. DOS YouTube, which means I won't really be readily able to see the professor if he pops up to
Yeah, Prof, if you do come back and want to jump in, make sure that you put a note into the stream so that Al knows to StreamYard you.
Yeah, I just to be sure, but I feel better with the comments in the in YouTube than on StreamYard. It's just easy to see and watch it and aware more fours and whatever's. I know that made no sense, but I was thinking.
You knew what you were talking about.
I knew what I was talking about. Still waiting for my things are been downloading like a I don't know what you would call it, but
like a fiend.
I do have a lot of
like
stuff. I really
like a pirate.
Fiend. Yes,
a fiend. Hardy.
I'm finding like just some cool stuff, and then there's some stuff I just can't find, which is really bugging me a little bit.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I've been trying for that Boggy Creeks for so long, and I'm thinking I might have to just buy a copy of it and rip it for you.
Well, they're getting ready to release a Blu-ray. Later in January. I'm gonna buy that. Because I just I love it so much. I got to show it. But like there's this movie from the 70s. I finally found it on Daily Motion in 2 parts.
Oh yeah.
But it all seems to be there, and it's in English. Because the only other version I found is in some other foreign language.
If I could figure out how to download off of Daily Motion, that would be awesome. Because then I could just rip something down for you and make it.
I found one.
Oh yeah,
there is a Daily Motion. You gotta type in download video Daily Motion, and it kind of
that
there's once you just plug in the address and it converts it for you.
You're sounding just like Nanette. Nanette will like tell me, well, this is what you have to look for, and then I kind of do the V8 head slap. It's like, oh, of course, that makes perfect sense, Anyway,
Yeah. It's funny when people ask me, it's like, well, how did you find it? And I was like, I, I just typed
the
in the words
professor's
that I was looking for.
saying
Oh,
something about Professor's upset that
nobody
nobody
got
got
his
his He-Man
He-Man
joke,
joke?
but I didn't even see his He-Man joke. I would, but I thought it was going to be
There was a
He-Man.
He-Man joke?
I don't. I guess I didn't get it. Kind of went over my head. Now, in fairness, I do have some Captain Morgan in me, so I may not be as sharp on the wit as I should be.
Yeah. Owen Lister, after watching Excalibur, I can easily say it's the definitive King Arthur movie, just like Errol Flynn's Robin Hood and Christopher Man.
I agree.
Definitely.
I kind of feel like, I mean, there is no perfect film, but that is as close as you can probably get cinematically, I think.
Excalibur not only is the story fantastic, now of course a couple plot points just are different. Excalibur was not the sword and the stone,
right?
But it works for the story.
Yeah.
And
that's one of the things I was referring to.
Yeah, that being said, it is a beautiful film. It is still one of the armor in that film is
right. Oh my gosh,
just
armor is so
is
awesome.
Exquisite. Especially, I actually prefer the dark armor before they got Lancelot into the fold and everybody went with the silver. I kind of dug that dark, that
and
that darker
another
armor.
film, believe it or not, that I think is a quintessential Arthurian film. Don't laugh until you hear me out. Is Disney's Sword in the Stone, because that is a very faithful. It's a faithful interpretation of the death of Arthur. That whole concept of Merlin living his life backwards and all of that. The first book of that, the young Arthur, totally on track. I really enjoyed that.
Plus, I will also say a film I like. It's the word I can't think of it. When you were ashamed, a guilty pleasure movie.
Guilty pleasure.
One of my guilty pleasure movies.
The porn
is
I know all of us say
film.
that.
No. Is
yes.
And you said that, now I can't think of the freaking film. It's the one with Sean Connery as the Green Knight. If you've ever seen that one.
No.
The sword.
I don't know that.
The Sword of the Valiant.
Oh, I don't know that.
Sword of the Valiant. It was late 70s, early 80s. It stars Miles O'Keefe as Gawain, and it has it has Sean Connery being the Green Knight. And it's really cool. I enjoy it, and it has the bad guy from Raiders of the Lost Ark, the one who burned his hand. He's in it. He's in it as a character too. So, but yes, okay. We got 16 watching. Long enough. It's been almost 20 minutes since we started, so let's get to the movie. Ghostbusters 2, 1989. Takes place around New Year's Eve, so I thought it'd be a good one to watch around the end of the year. Plus, everybody's still kind of buzzing about, 2020 is going to be the rebirth of Ghostbusters in the public conscience. So I thought it'd be a good film to end on. Or almost end on, because we're going to be doing another rewatch on Tuesday on Troy's channel, which I'm actually very much looking forward to. Very much looking forward to. It's called 4 Rooms. So
you've never seen that, have you?
I have not seen it, but I am now looking forward to it because it has one Miss Alicia Witt.
It has
who,
it
of
is the
course,
first
is an
rewatch we will
official
watch
Al
with an
Pal.
actual Al Pal in it. That's right. Yes.
She is an official Al Pal from her own mouth as she was sitting there recording a video for me in Boston.
Yup.
So, yes, the lovely Miss Alicia Witt is an Al Pal, and now you guys have something in common with a star.
Yup.
Besides,
Exactly.
besides all being stars yourselves. So yeah, I'm 3 seconds in. The lovely Columbia Pictures lady
She's been
is
holding that
standing there.
torch up
Columbia
for all this
Pictures.
time. I've had her pause. Let's
She's
get
been
her started.
holding a torch forever. She Columbia Pictures has not quite faded in, but we're there. So around the 2, 3, 4 second mark is where we're starting.
Yep.
On the count, when I count down, it will be. This is not the start. This is just saying what I'm going to do. I'm going to go 3, 2, 1, play. So that's how we're going to do it. Okay, everybody ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, play.
Play. Okay. And I'm going to step away for just a moment because I need to release the Kraken. I'll be right back.
Oh dear God. Where's Mara Jade? I don't, Agent Boomer. I don't know. She gets busy sometimes, so I really don't know. Plus, it's the holidays. You never know. I always see the purple ooze, and I can't help but think of either the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or that ungodly first Power Ranger, Ivan Ooze. Everybody getting upset. So everything's pretty much like normal, right? Everybody yells at, because that's what I think people in New York, they're always yelling at each other. And I will I'll check my PO box later, Nanette, kind of in the middle. I'm sorry.
So
Sigourney
the
Weaver.
little baby here, that little guy
Oscar
was played by twins. The twins grew up to be very buff black belts. Just an interesting little bit of trivia. I really do like Kraken better than Captain Morgan. That's just me.
Well, so is it a spice darker? Rum?
It's a little sweeter, I think.
A little sweeter. Okay. The darker would have like a more molasses, like.
I think you're right.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh.
Nobody else tried to stop that thing? No one else tried to stop the
Good.
Okay.
I don't know, while we changed the logo for the movie to hold up the number 2, but I still I still prefer that original one. I'm sorry.
Of course.
They still use that new one more than I realize. They like the one we're holding up to 2.
I don't know if I mentioned this during the original Ghostbusters, but that vehicle that they use, I think it was wasn't it a converted hearse? They also used it as an ambulance. It was also an ambulance. When I was in high school, I worked for a pizzeria called Dr. Pizza that had one of those vehicles restored as a
Okay. I must say, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Got the professor's He-Man joke. Just got the He-Man joke because he's like, I thought it was instead of the Ghostbusters
Oh,
showing
there
up.
you go.
That was his joke.
Yeah.
Boy, was that
I
a
get it,
real
yeah.
deep reach for a joke prop.
Now I see it. That kid that just called him out and said, "My dad says that you're full of crap." That's the guy. That's Reitman's son, who's now going to be directing the new movie.
Oh, sweet.
He-Man.
Jay,
Yeah.
yeah,
Who you gonna
Janice, the
call?
He-Man
He-Man.
joke. Yeah, the kids wanted He-Man instead of the Ghostbusters joke. Hey, I'm a fan, but I don't sit around with the thinking everybody else knows minutia like that and will get such a deep joke.
So anyway, those vehicles, those ambulances, horrible gas
Mhm.
guzzlers.
Oh, I'll bet. Nice little update, tells you what happened to him.
Brilliant. Just a little bit of exposition gets you filled in. You know, not enough writers know how
Yeah,
to do that anymore. It's very, very annoying. You don't need a huge,
Yeah,
dump of exposition.
yeah, Ryan's learning.
Oh my God, that hair.
Egon,
Wow.
Harold Ramis. So missed. Them in their experiments.
Oh, that's brilliant because that ties directly into the storyline.
Yeah. Now I would reel 95 degrees, and I would do anything I could to get out of that room.
Now, Al, were you at all a real Ghostbusters fan?
The
cartoon series?
The TV one?
Yeah.
Not really. I watch the odd episode every now and then, but it just was one of those things I just didn't really see a lot. It just
Sure.
schedule. I don't know when it was on. It just was one of those things that was off my radar.
The reason I bring it up is because there's so many nods to that cartoon series in this film, including the changes in the uniform, even the changes in the hairstyles, his hairstyle, Janine wearing the glasses, and so forth.
Right. Such a cute little puppy. I need a puppy. Not to have, but just to kind of like visit. That sounds weird, but
Nanette and I have talked for a long time about getting a dog. The only thing that's keeping us from doing it is we both work during the day. Cat, you can leave home alone just fine. Dogs, not so much.
Dogs are such social creatures.
Yes, they are.
If you get one dog, you leave a dog one, but if they had another dog, they can almost leave each other. But then you have two dogs.
Yeah. He is such a flim flam guy. I love it.
What?
He is such a flim
flam.
Man.
I'm sorry.
His character is such a flim flam man.
Bill Murray plays this so well. Like that guy with the he acts like he just acts like he's your buddy, but he's actually just
who's your friend. Who's your buddy?
And that
I
whole
am, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't actually. Well, I just
Oh,
realized
isn't
though,
that Chloe? What's her name? What's her name? Chloe something. Why do I've seen her in others.
oh yeah,
I like it. I like that her date's already passed us by.
yeah,
That's what I love about old movies when dates are all screwed up.
yeah, exactly. Well, they were both wrong technically. However, in the context of this film, he has the best claim to being right. He could have.
Mhm.
You could say he was keyed into what was actually going to happen, and the Ghostbusters stopped it. So your alien had a room at the Holiday Inn. If I was going to have a room on a spaceship, I'd want it to look like a room at the Holiday Inn. Just saying.
True.
Just can't trust those damn aliens. Especially those Romulans, those effers. Can't trust them. Hairless pets. He's saying,
Probably saying F all of y'all.
yup. I am a fraud. I love that. I am a fraud.
He always plays a hard ass.
Oh, and Lister them's his fighting words. Klingons have honor. You can always trust a Klingon. Even if they're going to kill you, they're upfront about it.
Mm-hmm. Although there are the bad apples in the Klingon, like
Well,
Duras.
yeah. But
Vigo.
they end up getting blowed up.
Vigo, played by Wilhelm von Homburg.
Everything you're doing
Voiced
is bad.
voiced by Max von Sydow when we actually do hear him. God, Peter McNichol is really an underrated talent when you really think about it.
Absolutely, I agree. As a character actor, he's awesome.
Janosch.
I
But
I know a lot of people have been
I thought I
negative.
was bad to, asking girls out. But hey, I'll bring you to maybe a brunch today.
Hey, I'll be honest. At least he has the guts to ask her, even if it is a little bit awkward. Ask Nanette; she'll tell you I was not really good at asking out and that kind of thing, talking to girls. Nanette even said she had to do all the work. I'm sorry, Al. You roboted on me. I didn't get that.
Oh, I say she had to
She did, because I had no clue that she was interested in me because I'm just a big dope.
I can sympathize. I remember one of the biggest relationship of my life. Let's just say was a woman who was a friend, and I thought she had actually broken up with, and wanted to get it just took her. We took our time doing it.
Honestly, Nanette will even tell you there was a point where I actually said to her, so are we an item? I honestly said those exact words to her.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I was the same thing. It was like me and this lady, we were always hanging out. Went places together, went to movies, but it was always as friends. Everybody thought we were a couple, but we weren't. To me,
maybe you were and you didn't realize it. Maybe she thought you were a couple and you didn't realize it.
No, she not consider us a couple. She thought we were friends. I was secure in the friend zone.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. But no, it eventually happened.
Good.
It was a sad thing that the death of someone we know kind of occurred, and she came to my house to know about the death of this person, someone I used to work with. And
that's right.
she said that he died, and she's like I realized she can't take every day for granted.
That's right.
And she looked at me. She's like, "I just need to tell you I love." I was like, "Whoa!" And then like that all happened.
We need to, Al. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but we need
Mara
to take a moment.
popped in.
Hi, caffeinated commentator.
I said
had to say hello to an old friend.
Forgot caffeinated commentator is the lovely Mara Jade.
YouTuber
If
formerly
wants a timestamp, we're at 16:4.
1643, 1645. Yes, there we go. He is a cute baby, or they are cute babies because they're twins.
Yeah.
Okay, so that hairstyle that Dan Aykroyd has, that was totally my hairstyle in the 80s. And that hairstyle that Bill Murray has, that was my hairstyle.
So you say 90s. That, now I'm going to wait. Oh, as it started to go backwards on you?
Yeah, pretty much. I have never been silent about the fact that in my defense of the professor, the whole forehead thing, when I started getting like that, I just said, you know what? That's it. I'm done. And I just took it all off. Now, in fairness, it was also because I do the Klingon thing and it made it easier for me to slap that forehead on. But nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, caffeinated commentator, are you out? Are you just stopping in to say hi? I'm sorry you can't stay around. We enjoy having you. In fact, we miss you when you're not around. People were asking about you earlier.
That's one of the first things that people. Mara Jade, where's Mara Jade?
Where's Mara Jade? Where's Mara Jade? So This movie, I think, gets a bad rap. They say it wasn't as good as the first movie, but let's face it, how many movies are as good as the first movie? This is
Yeah,
still a
I
really,
agree.
really good movie.
Oh yeah, it's. I mean, it it pales because of the previous one, but
Yeah.
as a funny movie, it's a damn funny movie.
Yeah. And what's also really awesome is it really builds on the lore of the first movie. I mean, for the whole idea of a continued universe, continued story or whatever, it really contributes, you know?
Mhm.
Plus it also honors and nods to the cartoon series that a lot of people were following. You'll notice there's some big differences between the second movie and the first movie, and it's specifically because of the cartoon series. You don't see these guys smoking anymore like you did in the first movie. They cut down on the swearing. They made it much more child friendly because I honestly think they were trying to honor the real Ghostbusters. I'd like to
Who
run
wouldn't?
some gynecological tests on the mother. Well, who wouldn't? Oh, Lister, you are so right. Oh, Lister says, I honestly don't see anything wrong with Ghostbusters 2. It's not as good as the first, but it's still good. I'll be honest with you. There's only two very, very minor things that I think makes it not as good as the first. The first is the whole Statue of Liberty thing. I think that was kind of dumb. I don't think they should have done that. I have the same problem with Doctor Who, but that's another story. The other thing is the lack of the Ghostbusters song. You know, they changed the music. It didn't have the same theme song, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's not as big a deal.
They kind of had it a little at the beginning, but only like the first few notes.
Right, and it was them singing it. It wasn't the actual song. It
Yeah,
was, which seemed kind of meta, don't you think? Like they
yeah.
knew the song in the movie, you know? Yo.
Melissa Harris
you know
asking,
it, Owen Lister.
Is Oscar possibly Peter's son? I don't. I think it's suspicious that really is not.
Oh my gosh, I never even thought about that. Is there like a fan theory about that or something?
Oh, I'm sure because I mean you wonder about it. You just know that they didn't work out and she had a baby later, but I don't think they ever out and out said it in the film.
I'm really looking forward to
Oh
finding out
no.
if there was any history between those two, you know, in the next movie. I don't know if the professor's still in here, but that voice is the voice of Skeletor. Just saying.
Max von Sydow?
Ye- no. The one that played him in the uh in the movie.
Oh, are
What's
you
his name?
talking Frank Langella?
No, wait a
It's
minute.
not
Wait
Frank
a minute.
Langella.
No, you're right. It's not. Maybe you're
It's
right.
Max
Maybe it's
von,
the one from the cartoon. Yeah.
it's it's Emperor Ming. That's how
Emperor
I
Ming.
know
Wait
him.
a minute. Why did I think it was Skeletor? Because I'm
I don't
drunk,
know.
probably.
That's probably not a good idea.
The only other thing I know this guy from is Ally McBeal.
Well, he was in Dragon Slayer. That's where I know him from.
I've only seen that movie once. Have we done a rewatch of that? We need to do a rewatch of that.
We did. I got a lot of crap for it. We watched it for my birthday last year or this past year. And,
Oh my gosh, Owen
the
Lister.
professor, I guess, did look it.
Oh, Lister's so right. I'm so hoping that Ghostbusters 3 says something about what happened to Oscar, right? I'd love to see him become a Ghostbuster.
Or Ghostbusters Afterlife.
That's right. That's what it's called. That looks like Klingon blood. That's actually a real thing.
The underwater transit system.
Uh-huh. The pneumatic transit. Yeah.
Yeah.
It gets played up in a lot of the steampunk like alternate history stuff.
Uh-huh.
What did I say? What did I say?
The slime is getting angry.
You know, now might be a good time to mention that Professor Geek is supposed to be doing a playthrough of Ghostbusters video game later on. So after
That's
tonight's
right. After
rewatch,
the stream.
you definitely got to check that out because for many of us, that has kind of been the Ghostbusters 3 story. Brings back all the voice talent. Yeah. Oh gosh.
Okay, Agent Boomer. I completely plan to do a rewatch of Spaceballs. And Owen Lister, if I can find an MP4 Caliber, definitely on the list as well. I love both those films. There's a lot of films
hey,
I
Al,
wanted to.
I was just thinking about something. I've seen a lot of YouTubers have lately been doing like disclaimers in being concerned about the whole kid friendliness thing and this is not a video for kids. I'm wondering if we should start thinking about doing some sort of a disclaimer, like this channel is not specifically for or geared towards children, so children should all just like fuck off or something like that. Just saying. I don't know. I'm just trying to help us out so we don't get like fined or something like that.
I don't think they're. Well, one, I don't think if you're not monetized, it doesn't matter.
That's exactly why I don't care about saying the F word. I only said it once, though. I only said it once. So we should only get PG-13.
I'm not really worried about the whole COPPA thing. Because that's creepy with his eyes glowing like that. That's such a cool effect.
Right? I need a refill.
Oh. Harris Yulin.
Steven Wexler.
He's a really good character actor as well.
It's all in the hands of our lawyer. We got arrested at night. Okay, I'll be back, Al. Hold down the fort while I'm gone.
Okay. Sounds like Troy's off to get more booze. Uh, I love Rick Moranis in this role. He's so nerdy, but so lovable. It's a shame that he's kind of retired. Uh, it would be nice to have seen him back in Afterlife.
Okay, I'm
The
back.
mysterious slime.
Melissa Harris says I was going off to get some Jack Sparrow. That's absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Leading the witness just a little bit.
He's leading the lawyer is what he's doing.
Right? He was just, the judge is just waiting for that to sustain it.
I have no idea.
I'll say, I will say that the district attorney chick,
yeah,
she's not bad. She's not bad.
agreed.
Not bad at all. She's kind of got that mean librarian thing happening.
And a pearl necklace. Just saying. I'm not saying
Yeah.
anything. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Was Harris wanting for them to do a pirate? I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe one
yeah.
day.
We really should.
The
We
first
really
one.
should.
Maybe at least the first one.
I'm not sure that we need to do all the sequels, but definitely that first one for sure.
Yeah. Black Pearl. Yeah, Black Pearl is excellent. I remember going to see that, not really knowing what I was going to go see, and really being.
Oh, and Lister says this is one of his favorite parts. He gets a kick out of the slime reacting. Oh, that's the other thing. The slime in this movie is like a pinkish in color, just like in the cartoon series, as opposed to the slime in the original movie, which was clear. Just pointing out that connection. Yeah, let's get down.
I like how he smiles. He's like, wow.
That's what's great about his character. He is enthralled and excited by the supernatural, you know? Very, very much a scientist, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you just tell him you don't believe in ghosts? I love that line. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Don't talk to me. Talk to my attorney. You don't want us exposing ourselves. Would you say these ghosts are out of order? I said
Heroic
shut up.
music.
Yes, Owen Lister, absolutely. Those heavy ass things. I hope it still works. Half-Life at 5 No, that's over here saying, "Oh, it'll be fine." Quoting the critical
Ray
drinker.
Egon.
Ega, come on, you can do it. I hope they have a ghost trap. So here's something to think about. So let's say you're a ghost, okay? Like these guys. Maybe not these guys, because these guys are criminals. But like, let's say you're just your average ghost. And the Ghostbusters come along and they zap you and put you in a trap. Now you've been
Right.
imprisoned without due process. That doesn't seem right. And then what? You're put into their containment unit forever without a chance of parole? That doesn't seem right either.
Yeah. I wonder what it's like to be in there.
I'm guessing it's probably like in Beetlejuice. It's death for the dead. Did I tell you that Nanette and I, we got ourselves the proton packs and a trap and the goggles, and all we have to do is we got to
Yeah.
get jumpsuits, and we're all set for the summer release of the new Ghostbusters movie.
Sweet. And they be slow.
And they be slow.
I love that.
We're the Ghostbusters. Okay, well, there's a riff on the Ghostbusters theme. It's
Yeah.
Annie Potts. It's Annie Potts.
She is so hot.
She's awesome. God, I hope they bring her back.
I've heard they are. I
It would be
don't know
cool.
for
I just
sure,
want to
but
know
I've
what
heard
happened to her
rumor.
character.
Mm-hmm.
And even if they can't bring back Rick Moranis, as long as they make a reference to him as their accountant, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
That's who you call Ghostbusters. I love this. This is awesome. They don't even use the proton packs. They just wait for him to run over the trap. Who are you going to call? Ghostbusters. Owen Lister asked, did Ghostbusters 2 make Janine more hot? No. What made Janine more hot, I think, was Corvette Summer. And that is actually a rewatch we should probably think about doing, Al.
Mm-hmm.
And if
I've
I
got
have to, I'll do it on my weekend if I have to. I don't know
It's
if you
funny to
noticed,
see.
Slimer actually looks
A
different than he does in the first movie, and they purposely made Slimer look more like he does in the cartoon. And now we have the new uniforms. Hot beverage thermal mug. That's what we call marketing. And so something else I got to share is that Nanette got me the Ghostbusters training academy kit that comes with an equipment manual and protocols book, the service map of New York City, Ghostbusters patch and rookie patch, business card, pen, a jar for the ectoplasm. It's basically a kit for starting your own Ghostbusters franchise. Just wanted to share that with everybody because Nanette is my enabler and I love her.
Oh, that's sweet. Will Harris says, to me, Lewis will always be the 6th Ghostbuster.
I agree. I totally agree. They have been trying so hard to get him involved in this movie, and it may not happen, but it would be so awesome if they could.
She says 6th. Who's the 5th one?
Probably she's thinking Janine. And wouldn't you say she's a Ghostbuster in her own right? I would think so. Maybe she hasn't slapped on a proton pack, but she's definitely a part of the team.
Well, she's part of the organization. I don't know if she's technically a Ghostbuster.
And if I'm not mistaken, didn't she slap on a proton pack in the cartoon series at some point?
I don't remember. Don't remember.
Lifting me higher than I've ever been lifted before. Owen Lister said that she did in the series. Thank you, Owen Lister. I knew somebody, and Aged Boomer. You guys are awesome. And Casey Scott, you guys are awesome. Our listeners are awesome. We throw something out there, they're going to pick it up and run with it. They are awesome. And Evelyn Hampton points out that Annie Potts will be in the new Ghostbusters movie, A Freaking Men.
Yeah, I thought I had heard she was.
Annie Potts is awesome. We need to do a rewatch of Corvette Summer, Al. I'll do it on my weekend if we have to.
Okay.
Screw it. It's not even a have to.
I'd wait till summer. I'll wait till. I think we should wait till summer, though.
That makes sense. Summer. That's a good point. I love that.
His face all changing.
Yeah, I know. That's just freaking creepy.
Yeah, the image of that he was a German actor. He was one of the terrorists in Die Hard.
He was a boxer, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he was a boxer as well. Like I say, he was in Die Hard. What else was he in? He was in. I don't remember offhand. Let me look him up. Like his name was Bug.
So I heard something about him being controversial, but I don't know anything about him. I don't know what was controversial about him. Owen Lister says, imagine a Ghostbusters anime.
He was.
I would love to see. I think anime is the way of the future because I think anime is picking up and running with franchises and completely doing away with all the Hollywood BS.
Yeah, his father served in the German army. He was briefly assigned to be a guard at Buchenwald concentration camp. Ugh.
Yeah. So I at the company I used to be at, I tried doing from Memorial Day, I had people bring in pictures and whatnot, and we did a display of all their family and friends that had served in the military. And one of the guys in the IT department said, I would love to, but my dad, um, served, and he served
Oh,
on the other side. He was basically on the German side during World War II. And I'm like, you know what?
he
I mean,
he also appeared. Oh, I'm sorry.
no, go ahead.
He also appeared in Mouth of Madness.
Which is another one that
That's
I
another
want to
one.
do a rewatch of.
All right.
We need to do a 3-week rewatch of that John Carpenter Apocalypse series.
Yeah. Maybe this is where you heard he was a bisexual.
Who was the bisexual?
The guy playing Vigo. He was
Does
well
it-
known for his public and flamboyant lifestyle.
Well, whatever. God bless him.
I said maybe you said you had heard something weird, but
No,
yeah.
I heard something about him being controversial, but I
It
don't
was-
know
yeah.
what was controversial
it's-
about him. I don't know if he
he was just very flamboyant.
like
was
that
well known for
matters in
public
Hollywood
flamboyant
for crying
lifestyle.
out loud.
Oh, I know.
Ooh, the slime. Ooh, the slime. Whoa, hello. I'd forgotten about this. I had totally forgotten about this. Ghostbusters 2 just suddenly became my favorite Ghostbusters movie. Knock, 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 knock. Agent Boomer, what is creepy? Oh, the slime. That's got to say something. She didn't know where else to go, so she went to Venkman's place.
Oh, yeah. He's got his little silver Christmas tree.
I love that he's got the hat attached to this slimy. So
I bet it was fun to be a prop guy on this film, making all the weird cool stuff.
Evelyn Hampton, help me out here. Wilhelm von Homburg is who? Is he the actor that played the Vigo?
Yes.
Well, thank you, Al.
Yeah. He was one I was reading about a while ago.
Oh, I didn't. I'm sorry, I didn't know him by name.
He was in Die Hard, and he's in the Mouth of Madness.
And like I said, we'll watch in Mouth of Madness after we watch The Thing, which will be a rewatch that we will do. Vigo. Self-control. Yeah, because Venkman knows a lot about self-control. Uncle Pete's.
He's a cute little thing.
Yeah. So is his mom.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your prediction? Did they hook up? Do you think they had like a future together? I like to think so.
Yeah, you'd like to think so. Yeah, I think it's a good. I think it's a good sign that, but they're both in the new one,
Right? That's a
so
good
they're at
point.
least they're each other's orbit.
I agree. Well, I think it's clear that even if they didn't hook up, they stayed friends for sure.
Yeah, Owen Lister, the guy who played Vigo, played James. That's all it said.
I
James in Die Hard.
gotta ask the stream a question. So last stream, somebody said something about how Drunk Troy was their favorite Troy. I want to know if I'm still their favorite Troy. Cause oh boy. I'm feeling
They
I gotta say though,
might have
I'm
to start
feeling
getting.
so much better because alcohol has a tendency to dry you out, and I was just all full of phlegm, and I feel so much better now that I've been having a little bit of the Kraken. Just saying.
I'm sure.
Owen Lister says you still are, so thank you, Owen Lister. I got one vote from Owen Lister. Agent Boomer, I don't know how to take that. Am I your second favorite Troy?
Helen of Troy. That'd be another good rewatch, Troy.
Hers was the face that launched 1,000 ships. And after, when you consider what happens to those champagne bottles, what the heck is that saying? Just asking.
What the hell did you just say? What?
So Helen of Troy was the face that launched 1,000 ships.
Oh, you're
Okay.
talking about champagne bottles
When you
launching
think
ships.
about what happens to those champagne bottles, what does that say about Helen of Troy? Helen of Troy.
Or Helen of Sparta, depending.
Helen of Troy's my favorite Troy. Screw you, Agent Boomer.
Actually, I have a cousin named Troy, so he used
Oh, do
to
you?
fly like military helicopters.
Okay, moment of trivia. There's right here a story element that was taken out of the movie where Ray is possessed by Vigo right here.
Mm.
And this doesn't make any sense because they cut out the piece where he's possessed, because after this he's driving
Well, he sort of it sort of happens again at the end. Maybe they were just linking it to the fact that he would be taken over at the end.
But there's a scene cut out here where he like tries to kill them all in the Ghostbuster mobile, but they cut that out.
Oh, and Lister, isn't there a High School Musical character named Troy? I have no idea. I've never seen any of the High School Musical things.
And Nanette has some memorabilia from that show because I love Troy and stuff, and she's such a fan of mine. I love her.
Are you a wet and naked Sigourney Weaver wrapped in but a towel? I love that look.
Oh, let me pay attention to this movie again because I'm drunk. Don't tell her to get dressed. What's wrong with you, you dumbass?
That towel is slipping mighty low too, there, lady.
What was the movie?
And now it's up a little higher.
There was a movie she was in. Oh, I can't remember. I gotta go to IMDb.
What aspect of the movie are we talking about?
Shush. I'm looking it up. Don't worry.
Okay, I'd just like to see if I can remember. Tonight's rewatch brought to you by Kraken Rum and Tab Cola. The- and much like they say in Clash of the Titans, release the Kraken.
Release
And the Kraken has been released.
Kraken. Half Moon Street. Have you ever seen Half Moon Street?
No.
You should if you
Did we
like
see half a
Sigourney
moon?
Weaver. You see at least half a moon and the top half very clearly.
Oh, and a few asteroids as well. Is that maybe the Gerber baby? I don't know if it's the Gerber baby, but he sure could be a Gerber baby.
I think I'm getting myself in trouble over
Frank,
here.
Frank Minion just got back.
Professor Geek says, "Wow." Oh,
Frank Minion just got back from episode 9. I should have stayed in and watched this.
episode 9 of
Well,
Star
Frank
Wars.
Minion,
Screw Star Wars.
watch out.
Disney Star Wars.
Watch out.
suck.
If anybody needs a timestamp, we're at 55:55.
5.
Aw, the beginning of a romance.
Oh, Annie Potts is awesome. We need to watch Corvette Summer in the summertime. Unseen from Aliens, where Sigourney Weaver is in a tank. I'm guessing that there's a scene in Aliens where she's topless. Owen Lister?
No, the scene in Alien when she's getting ready, when she's in a tank top.
Oh God, yeah. I remember that.
Underwear.
I remember that. Half
Yeah.
Moon Street is much better though. I mean, there's no tank top. There's no top. Period.
Uh-oh.
Professor Geek says I ask girls out like Louis Tully. Professor Geek,
Yeah.
we need to get you hooked up. We really do. Because you are awesome. And there's a lot of girls that are totally missing out. Oh, and listener says, Troy Pacelli, man, you are drunk. Yup, I sure am.
Professor's like, amen. Yes, the professor is too good of a man not to have a lovely woman in his life. That isn't his daughter.
So don't tell the professor, but I really, really want to see him get
He's listening.
Shush! I know. Shut up. So I want to see the professor hooked up with that choir girl in his church because she doesn't know what she's missing. He's an awesome guy.
And I hope the professor doesn't mind that being put out there like that.
Nobody's listening to Arch. There's 50 people watching right now. I don't think that she's listening.
Well, you would hope so. She could always
Professor
listen
Geek
later.
says, right?
Especially if I send her a link to and say, go listen to the
Agent
58-minute mark.
Agent Boomer says Winston is his favorite Ghostbuster. Mine too. only because I met him in person. He is a nice guy in person, and he's so good
Ernie
to the
Hudson, yeah.
fans. He deserves all the accolades, in my opinion. And then Nat gave me a bottle of water. I think she thinks I've had too much to drink, so I better start drinking some water.
Might be a good idea there, dude.
Owen Lister, I'm listening to every slurred word you say. And Troy's been in Kirk's booze cabinet. Oh, screw Kirk.
I think he's been in Scotty's cabinet.
Yeah, right? Matchstick thinks I've had too much to drink. Tell me that it doesn't make for a better show, Matchstick, and I'll drink less. Age of Boomer says this
like
is another creepy scene, but I'm seeing it double. Lister thinks I should get more drunk.
All the heads. All
Lister,
all the heads that are creepy.
If I get more
Just
drunk at
somebody
this
appearing
point,
out
I'll
of
get
nowhere.
sick. One thing I gotta say about Ghostbusters, the two movies and the video game that Professor Geek's gonna be playing later, they did an awesome job of really thinking through the lore.
Mm-hmm.
And then Fan Man has even talked about the role-playing game. Role-playing game did a great job.
Professor, you never forget my gaming stream of Ghostbusters video game after this rewatch. Yep, we mentioned it.
I am definitely going to be watching that after this because Fan Man, I mean, yeah, where is Fan Man tonight? What the hell happened to him? Screw him. Never mind. He's got his own thing going on. Professor Geek is doing the gaming and the game.
Well, I know there was a plane crash down near where his Lafayette, Louisiana area.
Is that
he doesn't
right?
live in Lafayette, but he's adjacent to Lafayette.
Is that true?
It was a twin engine plane, and there was there was a girl killed that was the daughter of one of the LSU coaches.
Oh my god,
or
that's
something.
terrible.
And, yeah, but I remember seeing it. I was like, I just wonder if he.
Oh my god, that's terrible. But all that aside, everybody make sure that as soon as we're done here, you watch the professor's channel because he's going to be doing a playthrough of the ghost what a lot of us consider to be Ghostbusters 3, the video game. Definitely tune into that because it's a perfect follow up to this movie.
So everyone did a great job with Ghostbusters except for the people who worked with the 2016 Fembusters.
Forget that. You know, let me take a moment.
Exist being wiped out of existence.
Let me take a moment to just say that if you want to do a sequel to something that's a classic, beloved classic, awesome, go for it. If you're going to do a reboot, then screw you. I don't care if you change the gender. I don't care what you do. If you do a remake, reboot, screw you. There's a reason that things are beloved, and if you're gonna crap all over it, you deserve for your franchise to die in the womb. That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I have to say.
Okay.
And you're not gonna argue with me because I'm drunk.
Yeah, but Yeah, the 2016 Ghostbusters attempt was just poor. I mean, it was just a complete lack of any kind of true vision,
Nobody
except for the fact is
cares.
let's do Ghostbusters
Nobody
with girls, and
cares
that's
that
all.
it was
That's all it
female.
was.
Nobody cares that they were female. Nobody cares. The problem is that they
And
completely
actually, it
discounted
just
the
was a bad
continuity of
movie.
the original. That's the problem that people have.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely, Aged Boomer. I do consider the Kelvin Star Trek to be a reboot, which is exactly why nobody gives a crap about it. It's also why nobody cares about Discovery. But you know what? I am not so drunk that I don't realize that you're getting me off topic. Don't do that. Don't do that. We want to focus on the Ghostbusters here.
Ooh.
Well, Owen Lister also brings up that John
Nice,
Carpenter's The
nice
Thing was
planted for the crystal ball.
John Carpenter's
Should
The
he put that
Thing
crystal ball
was
there?
a remake of The Thing from Another World. That's kind of true, but it's also kind of its own thing. No pun
It's a
intended.
reimagining.
Yeah. So, I mean, when you completely do something completely different and you don't wipe away what came before, I don't have as big a problem.
You are missing some heavy duty anti-pod action.
I know.
Here,
I
Troy,
know, and I'm probably better off for it because I've already gotten myself into some trouble with Two Moon Junction, whatever that freaking movie was with Sigourney Weaver. It wasn't Two Moon Junction. Well, what did I say it was? I don't know.
Matchstick's
my
wise
gosh,
Kelvin timeline called the Kelvin because
the
ship
name
at
of
the
the
beginning was the
ship.
USS Kelvin.
Yes,
and it was the one that rammed into the Romulan ship and Kirk's dad, so they just call it the Kelvin timeline.
Yes, thank you for pointing that out. That's a good point. Pure concentrated evil, just like Ghostbusters 2016. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Never mind. I'm drunk. I'm claiming the I'm drunk defense. The Professor Geek loves Bobby Brown. That kind of makes me uncomfortable. Oh, and Lister, you are so right. You are absolutely right. Sigourney Weaver. And she's a strong woman, and she plays the hero of the Alien series. So leftist points on that. Got it all over me. What is this stuff? That's actually a really nice color for her. That like turquoise.
Mm-hmm.
Take control. Yeah, you know it.
Speaking of Bobby Brown,
Yep, exactly.
boy, what a life he had ahead of him, didn't it?
Proton Pack is not a toy. Proton Pack could friggin' blow up and kill y'all. Ah! They were wow. One thing led to another, and one thing led to another.
Yeah, he was putting his keymaster on. Is what he was doing. He found another gate.
Right. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I guess I never realized how hot Annie Potts was.
Mhm. Oh yeah, young when she, yeah, that
She's
Annie
still
Potts
hot.
from late
Don't even
70s
say
to
it.
the
She's
80s.
still hot.
True, yeah, true. The Sheldon's meme.
Right? Let's say boing. Hey, Mayor. Right on. They're all standing there in their underwear.
Yeah, you really don't. Do people really long underwear like that? Just curious.
It's funny that you say it because I've been saying for a while that I need to get underwear like that for the Victorian events that I do. I mean, just to be accurate, historically speaking, so to speak.
Frog looks at I would never comprehend people who see Sigourney Weaver in a sexual way. She feels like a mom to me.
Froglick Von
Well, I'm a bit.
Happenstance. I have one word for you. Oedipus.
Okay.
Owen Lister
Also,
says,
also depends on
Froglick Von
how
Happenstance, have
old
you
Frog
seen
is.
Alien?
Yeah.
Completely miserable assholes living in the tri-state area.
Troy, I need
Like
to mute for a minute.
Okay,
I just need to
go for it. So a frog,
I just need to check on.
go for it. So a frog on a hot plate. I'm trying to figure out exactly how that analogy came up. I mean, that means that somebody put a frog on a hot plate at some point in time. That's freaky. Professor Geek says, I love the canted angle and off lighting with the asylum scene. Professor Geek, I have no clue what you're talking about. I can't see anything straight. I have no idea. Very, very dangerous. Who's playing the doctor? Does anybody know? Because he looks an awful lot like familiar to me.
I'm back. Was that
Troy, do Klingons have gods and religion in Star Trek? Okay, Melissa Harris, that is an awesome question. So Klingons had gods in the past, but they killed them because they were too much trouble. That is an actual line from an actual episode. But it's funny that you ask about Klingon religion because I am planning on starting a whole channel about that in 2020. We'll talk more about that.
that would be an interesting video to do, all about Klingon religion and spiritual beliefs.
Oh, Lister, you are a
But yeah,
goof.
I'm back. I was just checking on my mom, just making sure she was all right.
Is she all right? Well, I'm assuming she
Yeah,
must
she's
be
all right.
because you wouldn't be back if she wasn't.
Yeah, she's just up later than usual for her. I was just making sure she was all right.
Why is she up? Is she making sure you're okay?
Oh no, she must be doing something out there. Oh gosh, she must be a great girlfriend.
Right?
Feeding me popcorn.
Feeding
Oh, that
him
would be
popcorn.
awesome.
How cool is that? And she's trying to get rid of them. Ah.
What an itty bitty TV to have too.
Professor Geek says I'm wearing Winnie the Pooh jammies. Yeah? You're sure you're not wearing Winnie Cooper jammies? I'm just saying.
Don't be dissing Winnie Cooper, man. Danica
I am not.
McKellar
I
is
am absolutely not.
total hottie, man.
Right? Oh, Lister, yes, I am a goof.
She is one of my hallmark hotties there. This always creeped me out. Janos with the
right?
the flying baby thing.
Oh my God, that is freaky. Especially since they shouldn't even be able to stand.
Yeah.
Agent Boomer hates how Discovery changed the looks of Klingons. I'm really debating whether I want to address that on my channel later. I might. A lot of controversy about that in Klingon community.
It was, you see this, you just want to like up to the Wicked Witch music a little bit. And
the kid's got this look like, the hell? So Fan Man has talked about having the Ghostbusters role-playing game, and let me tell you something. There is some really, really awesome lore that comes out of that role-playing game. Just gotta say.
Fresh is like, damn, Troy, there's drunk, then there's just sad. LOL.
Oh, am I sad? What's sad about me? That's mean, Professor. What did I say that was sad?
Go
I don't
cancel
know.
the game stream, says Melissa Harris.
I don't know what you mean by a traveling group, but there is a group of Ghostbusters in every city that does Ghostbuster cosplay, and I know the Chicago.
Bill Murray's brother.
I know the Chicago group. I've been to some conventions with them. I'm really hoping that they're still active. I'd like to hook up with them this year. Wow, there's a lot of litter in New York. I thought Chicago was bad.
Yeah. And windy, just like Chicago.
Yeah, and from what I hear, San Francisco's even worse still. People just poop on the street.
Well, that's San Francisco. I'm just waiting. Well, we just wait for an earthquake. Take care of that.
Oh, gosh, right. I've got some friends that live in Los Angeles, though, that I'm concerned about. But
yeah.
Believe it or not, there's actually some conservatives that live on the left coast. I know it's hard to believe, and they're in the minority. I don't know how they manage it, but they do. Boy, it's a lot of candles.
There's some skinny candles, too. Or is it just a reflection on the floor?
No. Those are skinny candles. They're tapered candles. Hello, Dana. Vigo the Carpathian.
Doesn't that sound nice?
I suppose from a certain point of view.
And if you get it right woman with the right kid, they'd be like, wow, that'd be kind of cool. Sure.
Agent
Make
Boomer.
my baby super powerful.
Agent Boomer said, "Did you see 3 Men and a Baby? I wonder if that movie influenced Ghostbusters 2." It's funny you say it because I was thinking kind of the same thing earlier on in this movie.
I was like 3 minutes. I like 3 minutes for the drawing the end where they had the whole drug storyline.
I'm in no position to talk about a drunk storyline. Let me just say.
Now
Now
storyline.
here's a scene that was originally intended for the first movie and didn't happen. The whole first scene. I guess PETA got a send up in this one.
Damn you, PETA.
Oh God.
Oh, 3 minutes and a baby got a ghost boy. Actually, it's not a ghost. It's a cardboard cutout.
Yep.
Ted
I heard
Danson.
about that. Yeah. Those are some eyebrows.
I love this.
I know. This is awesome. Cheech Marin. That's freaking creepy. Better late than never.
I always thought it was kind of neat, like before anyone really knew what the Titanic looked like on the bottom. All the different ideas about it. Didn't it called Raise the Titanic?
I did. I remember that movie.
Yeah.
At that time, they didn't realize that the Titanic was in two pieces.
Yeah, but it's such a cool concept and scene to like see it like that.
I just want to do a shout out. He went off screen now, but there was Ben Stein. Ben Stein. He's awesome.
Yep.
Oh, Lister, can you imagine if they had what's his name? Jack from the movie Titanic, although that was many years later. So, but what a cool tie-in that would have been. What? I love this. You're fired. Because he's been around long enough to know that the Ghostbusters know what the heck's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have.
Ooh. In the last movie.
Yeah. Somebody get me the Ghostbusters. They got their old outfits back. And everybody's nuts. Yeah, but we're the only ones that can do anything about it. Have to take it on. Yeah, you know it. That's a lot of slime. We believe you. I hate Jello. There's always room for
There's
Jello.
always room for Jello.
Oh, and Lister, that's what she said. We don't have a relationship. There are many perks of being the mother of a living God. So that's what it all comes down
Don't
to.
fall for it.
The whole thing that he is got him invested in this is the hope that he and she
That she'll
will
go with it.
hook up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of not working. One listener says, Big Al, for once you're the straight man in the stream because Troy is out of it right now.
I tell you, I really don't know what to do with myself.
Well, let me tell you,
And
listener,
I don't think Troy knows what to do with himself right now either.
I am having fun. I am having a lot of fun right now. Someone in the last stream said that drunk Troy was their favorite Troy. Well, guess what?
Yeah. They got it tonight. I'm sorry. My mother just came in, handed me an old photograph she just found of her and about a 2-year-old me, maybe. Old black and white picture of me when I was like 2. Oh my
From like
God,
the
am
early
I changed.
1900s or something like that.
Probably 68.
Yeah. You are older than I am, aren't you?
Yep.
Casey Scott says release more Kraken, Troy.
No.
Troy, and having a lot of fun with you having a lot of fun. Thank you, Owen Lister.
Yeah.
No, I can't have any more Kraken or I'm going to end up with a bad headache. Good slime, good slime.
I know everybody kind of disparages the Statue of Liberty. I kind of dig it.
How many of you are a national monument? Raise your hand. That's brilliant.
I've got him smoking right there. And he likes smoking a cigar.
I love that, the Nintendo controller. What exactly is it connected to? Walkman. Keeps lifting me. Keeps on lifting me. Higher
I always
and
did like
higher.
this scene.
Keeps on lifting me.
Energizing.
Lifting me higher and higher. So this is completely incompatible with Doctor Who because there is no possible way that the Statue of Liberty is a weeping angel. Done. I actually like this continuity much, much better.
Yeah.
Keep kicking, Libby.
She is so sad. That
Right?
look.
Right?
A little bob haircut and the glasses,
Yo.
that tight little shirt.
Yowza.
I love the heroic moment they give Lewis.
Owen Lister has a brilliant idea. How cool would it be if we had a scene where the Statue of Liberty was to fight the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man? That would be brilliant. That one in a million, girl. Your loving arms around you, honey. I can
Well,
stand up and face the world.
Statue of Liberty would use the flame to toast the Marshmallow Man.
Right? Oh gosh, right? Yeah, that would be
Yep.
so. Oh yeah. Your love keeps lifting me, keeps on lifting me higher and higher. I don't think they make Nikes in her size. Oops. Sorry. My fault. Happy New Year. Why is he wearing earmuffs?
Because he's Lewis.
Then that made a good point, probably because it's cold outside. Come on. But I didn't know you had your license.
I like one. He says, "Make good decisions." Whether that's a good decision or not, I don't know. But he does end up getting where he needs to be. So
That's true.
I guess Slimer proved himself somewhat. Oh no!
And Statue of Liberty shows up just in time. So why didn't she just go and grab the kid at any time? I mean, why did she have to wait for the Statue of Liberty to show up? Troy, and your singing keeps on cracking higher and higher, higher. Yeah, where'd they go? Would you host it, please? Okay, now is the Bukkake scene.
Oh gee. Things aren't done yet, fellas. Oh, and listeners wondering how many Krakens have you had? Oh, okay. Vigo. There was a guy in our medieval group that made Vigo's armor.
Okay, so full disclosure, Owen Lister is asking how many Krakens I've had. I had one rum and coke with Kraken. I had one with Captain Morgan. So technically, I've had 2 rum and cokes.
Really big cup.
How big were they?
And yes, I am still alive. And if you must know, they were drunk from a Klingon glass. Just saying. Yes, Aged Boomer, I do have Prince Albert in a can, but I let him out. That's true. It was 89. The Big Shoulders was on its way out.
Uh,
Actually, it's a pint-sized glass to Owen Lister, but I do have a Klingon glass that is almost a liter size. Just saying. Ah, darn.
New Year's Eve.
Happy New Year. Are they singing Old Lang Syne?
Statue of Liberty fell down.
Bzzz. Somebody catch that baby. Good on you, Venkman. Oh, Lister says I need to get drunk for a rewatch of Batman and Robin. You're probably right.
You need to be drunk to do it in the first place.
Yeah, right.
Here,
You've been a bad monkey.
watch. Ray!
Yeah, bless the crap out of him.
Okay, looks down. I did that.
Ray is the greatest Jedi ever,
You're a
Agent
hero,
Boomer says.
Wes.
Well, Agent Boomer, all Jedi live in Rey now, so you're right. She represents all the Jedi. Groovy. I feel groovy. Yeah, that does seem kind of meta for them to have a patch that has the Ghostbusters 2 logo on it.
Yeah, I know.
Ray's drunk. I love you guys. I love all of you guys.
That would be a fun cosplay to do. Dress as a Ghostbuster, cover yourself in slime, and just go around to people going, "I love you, man, I love you, ma'am, I love you too, I love you."
Right,
Just do that like their entire
And the only
afternoon.
difference is that you have the Ghostbusters 2 logo on your left arm.
Yeah.
I love you too. And many other 80s bands. Okay, this never actually made any sense to me, to be honest with you.
Altar, yeah.
I believe it's one of the fettuccinis. Yeah, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense at all.
And that picture movie is not scale.
Directed by
Directed by Ivan
Reitman. Amen. Harold Ramis and Dan Aykroyd. Da, 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 da. Are they chanting Gozer? I ain't afraid of no
No
ghost.
Ghostbusters.
I ain't afraid of no ghost.
You know, but speaking of like Ramus, I think doing Stripes would be a fun rewatch.
All right.
That was a fun movie too.
The spatula treatment.
Oh yeah. With PJ Souls.
Ernie Hudson. Let me just say, Ernie Hudson in person is really, really a nice guy. At least the mayor came out for it. Melissa Harris, bye-bye. Thanks for joining us. Sorry, anyone who's still in the stream, don't leave before because the professor's going to be doing a game stream in just a little bit. If you can tune in, that would be really, 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 really awesome.
At 12:30, I believe.
I was the first one
On the professor's stream? Nanette was the first thumbs
Yeah,
up on the professor's stream.
Yeah, we had
Okay,
15
so
watching. I got
Professor's going to be streaming in a half hour, so we still have time to chit chat before he goes live. Okay, so you don't have to rush over there right now. Oh, the Twin Towers. Oh.
Yeah.
Music by Randy.
So another
Edelman.
12 years before anything bad would happen to that.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
It always is kind of to see the Twin Towers and anything.
Yeah.
But yep, that is Ghostbusters 2. That was a lot of fun. It's been a long time since I've watched it. Again, a lot better than I remember it being. And of course, you know, everybody in it's just so good, just so awesome, you know.
Melissa, you don't have to leave right away because Professor's got a half hour before his stream starts, so you can hang out with us for a little bit longer. Because I'll be over there on the Professor's stream in a little bit myself. I definitely want to follow that up with some Ghostbusters 3 action. In my opinion, that's what that is.
Yeah, Age Boomer saying Stripes is on Prime streaming. Yep. I don't know if I want to do it like I don't know if Stripes like right away or anything, but definitely something to keep in mind.
We got to. Oh my gosh, that's settle down, Francis.
And like I said, I know we mentioned a ton of movies. The thing is, there are so many movies. We could literally do like 3 rewatches a week.
Yeah.
And
but
that's just so impractical.
The fact is, though, we could do 1 a week, and we'll just keep doing movies for as long as we can keep doing movies.
Yeah, just do it. do an interesting, fun movie every week. We're gonna switch around channels. I know,
And
and I know the
guys,
professor.
everybody that's in the stream, all 13 that are watching right now, keep Nanette in your prayers because she's married to me and she needs your prayers. Just saying.
Definitely tonight. Yes. Just make sure. If Nanette is listening, just make sure to keep Troy away from any open flame because
Nanette, keep Troy away from any open flames, they're saying.
because boom, something could definitely explode there.
Yup. Yep.
Of course, the next thing for the Troy and Al show is going to be Troy's channel, Troy Pacelli. Tuesday night, we're going to be watching Four Rooms. That is New Year's Eve. We're going to start at 10, I believe.
Yes.
You said, and
9 o'clock Central.
That'll get us almost to midnight on the East Coast, and we'll be able to
do the countdown
welcome
together.
in the new year.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I think we've established that really there is no place where Four Rooms is streaming for free. So you have a couple choices. Either you pay whatever your streaming service is to rent Four Rooms, or you sail the high seas. I don't really see any other options. I mean, unless of course you happen to have it on DVD, which I do, but I can't imagine anybody else in the stream even knows what Four Rooms has ever seen it before. So, but
I remember I knew about the film, and I vaguely know different concepts.
It is a lot of fun. I really, really hope you guys can watch it with us because, I mean, yeah, it's nominally a New Year's Eve movie, but more importantly, it's one of those obscure movies that you're gonna kind of thank me that you watched it. Especially if you're a Quentin Tarantino fan, or if you just like really, really oddball type of comedies.
Yeah, and I like oddball comedy. I've never seen it, so it may be a rewatch for you, but it's going to be a initial watch for me, which I find just as fun sometimes. I don't mind like talking through films I've never seen before. It doesn't really bother me. A lot of people go, "Shut up, I'm listening." I don't mind that, but I'm looking forward to it because I've been exposed to many a fun film by especially like the Fan Man, like Black Christmas I had never seen, and Carnival of Souls, some of the stuff he's done. But just see that what time? Okay, we got a few minutes here.
Funny that you mentioned Carnival of Souls, because that is one of the songs, one of the tunes from the Four Rooms. Four Rooms, the music is done by a band called Electric Edison, and they have a tune that is what you just said. Yes.
Oh, okay. Carnival of Souls.
Carnival of Souls. Thank you. Thank you.
So I'm looking forward to it. In the meantime, what I don't know if the professor's still here or not. Probably Professor is here. Did you ever watch Lone Ranger? No, I haven't watched Lone Ranger yet. I haven't gotten around to it. I will. I swear to God.
Which Lone Ranger are you talking about? Are you talking about The Legend of the Lone Ranger? I saw that when I was a kid.
Johnny Depp. He's talking about Johnny Depp.
Oh, for F's sake. Come on. No, nobody watched that. Nobody freaking watched that POS movie.
I beg to differ with you, Mr.
Somebody
Pacelli.
did?
The professor watched it, and the professor truly enjoyed it.
The professor's gooped up on the GOP then, for crying out loud.
Yeah, I want to eventually watch it. I had one time to watch it, and my cable went out. Literally, it was like, what the? Like, literally, my cable went out that Saturday afternoon. I was going to watch it, but it's it's something, you know, I still say if the professor does a rewatch of Lone Ranger, I will be there, watch it. I'm sure I'll enjoy it. But if he wants to do it, the professor is going to start doing rewatches again. Office Hours is back, and the
Yep.
first Office Hours is going to be on January 7th. Time to be determined.
Just a reminder.
And
I have only been doing rewatches and the Tuesday night thing only because I've been trying to fill in and hold the community together and stand in the gap for the professor. But now that the professor's back, welcome back, Professor. That's all.
well,
I'm saying.
you still, like I said, you could do pick a night and time. Like I said, it'll loosen me up a little bit in the time wise thing. That every now and then an afternoon with Al.
Well, that's my thought.
An afternoon with Al.
That's my thought too. If I don't have to worry about Tuesday nights and I get freed up for some rewatches, I can start doing more Klingon content. So I think Evelyn will be happy about that.
Yeah, I think it'll be a lot of fun. Like I said, we can keep bouncing the Saturday night rewatches between us, and every now and then I know the professor will want in because he wants to do My Hero Academia. I don't know how that's going to work. How he's going to play that as far as because that's a long series, and I don't know how if he does it once a
How
month.
many
how that would
episodes
work.
are there of that academia thingy?
I have no idea. I've never watched it. I might get in on the rewatch of this. I've been to see it. I don't know.
I might have to check
how
this
it's gonna
thing
work
out.
yet.
I've heard. I have
figure
heard,
it out.
Al,
I've
that
heard
it's aspirational.
Yeah, it's very aspirational.
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
So yeah, well, we'll see how that goes. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how it's going to work. There's a lot of stuff coming up, folks. Speaking of other stuff, Monday night at I believe 11. Correct me if I'm wrong, Professor. We'll be doing the next 3 chapters in the Hobbit.
That's a lot of reading, isn't it?
It actually isn't because they're very short chapters. They went by very quickly.
Gotcha.
And according to my my audiobook, there's only a little over an hour left after this one. So we've only got 2 more book studies for The Hobbit, and then the professor is going to start doing the book study of the Thawne trilogy. The first one is on the 9th, which is a Thursday night at 11 o'clock, and it's, I believe, the first 2 chapters. So if you guys want to delve into the Thawne trilogy, this is the time to do it. I, by sheer chance, happen to have that trilogy. I must have just picked it up at a used bookstore once upon a long time ago, and I just have it.
I actually have the hard copies since they were first released. I have first editions of them, and for whatever reason, I also have paperback versions of them just because I'm a crazy collector like that.
Yeah, I've got my minor hardcover. I don't know what edition. I never worry about edition of something. I just want something readable. Hey,
Big Al, did you see Agent Boomer's question? He's asking you, can you do a rewatch of some old unsolved mystery episodes? That sounds like it would be right up your alley.
Ooh, we could do that. You know what also would be fun? In Search of.
Oh my gosh!
In Search of
episode. You're getting my 70s juices going again. Leonard Nimoy. Oh yeah. UFOs and aliens and Bigfoot and Loch Ness Monster. Yeah. Think about that, people, though. we have been searching for UFOs and Bigfoot and Loch Ness Monster at least since the 70s. I mean, and we still haven't found these efforts. For crying out loud, they're really good at playing hide and seek.
I say they have been found. They are just nothing that we can.
The
grasp
men in
a
black
hold
are
of.
hiding them from us. They keep
But
flashy
people
thinging
see
us.
them. People see them all the time, and just nobody believes them. Nobody believes people anymore. So
That's because people
why
drink.
not? And UFOs. I mean, people see UFOs all the time. Just some people just don't want to just accept the fact that we may not be alone.
Well, the whole thing about aliens, I don't buy that because what would aliens give a crap about this planet for?
Hey, people, drive the backwoods of West Virginia. I don't see any reason why an alien would want to buzz this backwater world. Just, some people just go on a road trip.
Here's the
take whatever route, just to see what's there. Why would some aliens do the same thing?
Here's the explanation for just about every UFO sighting: moonshine. That's all I have to say. I'm just saying. Booze is the explanation for just about everything.
I'm sure is an explanation for tonight.
See, I'm living proof.
Melissa Harris saying 3-Minute Baby is not a cardboard cutout. It's real. Look it up. It all depends. I don't know. I mean, you hear one thing, you hear another.
The people on set have actually said, no, the people that were actually on set have actually gone on record saying that was actually a scene that was cut out. There was a stand-up that was done of, I don't remember which of the characters who was supposed to be doing Ted Danson. Yeah, it's a cutout of Ted Danson that was supposed to be a promotional thing for something that was within the storyline that was cut out. That's all it was, and it was in the background, and yeah.
Now I do believe in ghosts, so it's not a matter of what I believe or not.
Right.
I do believe in the crossover, and especially I believe in residual stuff. Like I believe places, houses, and things hold on to memory. As memories are manifest again.
One of these days, when I'm a little bit more coherent, a little bit more sober, we should do another talk about like the supernaturally type stuff, because I have this whole theory about where the whole idea of ghosts come from. Just my own personal theory, okay. But we'll talk about that some other time when I can put it together a little bit more coherent.
A little more coherent, yeah. Most Harris says the aliens are real. I believe that too. I think it's very implausible that at least somewhere in this universe, the chemical reactions for creating some kind of life didn't trigger somehow.
I agree with that, but the idea that they would have any interest in coming here is also very implausible.
Yeah. Of course, the thing is like whether they beyond the slime ball stage and have gotten to the point where they're a technological civilization, and even beyond that, able to do interstellar flight. That's where all the controversy comes in. I think most people would agree that the chance of there being life somewhere out there is pretty certain. It's just how many are able to get into a spaceship and fly here.
Well,
or bend space or anything that a lot of.
Well, here's the other thing too. What are the chances that in all of the billions of years the universe has been in existence, that we would actually happen to exist at the same time as that alien species? They could have died out a long time ago, or like you said, they could be just now in their primordial ooze stage. The chances that we would be existing at the same time are very, very astronomical.
Wow. Uh,
What? I thought
Professor's like, wow, Al.
so maybe I slurred a little bit.
Well,
At least I was
yeah, a
communicating
little bit.
there.
Professor's like, wow, Al, spoken like a true Catholic. If you're talking about the alien thing, um, the Vatican holds that there could be alien life. Why not? They don't say there isn't.
Here's the problem with that though. If there is alien life, then the Great Commission still stands, and we have to somehow evangelize those aliens, and that seems kind of unfair. Just saying.
Well, who knows? Who
Then
who knows that God didn't
Nanette pointed out that
send
our
send someone
spirits
there?
Our spirits kept thumping on my pillow because I had a cough drop in my mouth that wouldn't stop until I spit it out. They didn't want me to fall asleep with it in my mouth. Nanette is constantly talking about the spirits in our house, and yes, although I am totally aware of them, it creeps me the hell out that she keeps talking about them. I really, really don't like to think about that.
Oh, the professor's talking about the random chemical reaction producing life.
Yeah.
Well, God said, who made that chemical reaction? Hello, I mean that's the point.
Yeah. Oh,
God
Melissa
created
Harris,
the
I
universe.
am not saying I don't believe in aliens. I'm talking about specifically the UFO little green men, thing that people are always talking about. It's by simple probability very, very unlikely. I'm not saying that I don't believe they don't exist.
Yeah, everybody talk about with the Catholic and like God and creation. I believe in creation, but God, time is whatever He wishes it to be. So 6 days to create the world.
Yeah.
How long is that?
So here's
to God, a day is 1,000 years is but a day.
Thank you. Exactly. Amen. And as I've always said, as Christ said in Act 1, it is not for you to know the times and the dates set by the Father's own authority. It's not really our place to know how old the world is or when it's going to end. It's just not. I think these are things that God never intended us to know the full answer to.
I think God is very much, and I know it's kind of funny because it's been used in Watchmen, but I think God's very much like a clockmaker. He has set the universe into motion, and it's ticking away at its own accord. Everything has been predetermined to happen in its own way, and in His plan.
So I had a really trippy.
Wow, we're getting really kind of.
I had a really
here.
trippy conversation with a Calvinist about predestination. His thing was, everything's predestined. So what's the difference what we choose? It's already decided for us. I said, you misunderstand the whole concept of predestination. God exists outside of linear time as we understand it. He can see the beginning and He can see the end. That doesn't mean we don't have free will. It just means that He happens to know what choice we're going to make. That doesn't predestine our choice. It just means He knows what it's going to be. That kind of messed up his head, and he couldn't follow along with that.
Yeah. There's Professor Geek saying, my only problem with the theistic evolution as understood today is that God would have had to create death, for it would need to enter the world before sin if single cells live and die to evolve into man.
Okay, so Professor, my question, going back to the Calvinist argument, so is it not entirely possible that He gave humankind free will when they chose to sin and death entered into the world? He then had to change the plan and allow death to happen. And then, therefore, did he not know it was going to happen, even though he was giving us that choice? Just a thought, just throwing it out there. I don't want to go too long, though, Al, because
Yeah,
I don't want our conversation to
we got 5
overlap
minutes.
Professor 5 minutes before Professor Geek starts his game stream, so I don't want to conflict.
Yeah, I was getting ready to try to wrap it on up.
No problem.
Yeah,
Glad I can help.
let's go ahead and wrap it up.
I am
This
Mr.
is- this- yeah,
Segway. That is my whole job here, is to be the Segway. I'm Mr. Two Wheels.
Okay, everybody. Thanks everybody who joined us tonight for Ghostbusters 2. I had a blast. Loved watching the movie. Like I said, join the professor directly after this at 12:30 as he plays the Ghostbusters video game. And I don't think anything's happening tomorrow night that I know of, but Monday night will be The Hobbit on the Catholic Bible Geek channel, and on Tuesday night on Troy Pacelli's channel we'll have a special New Year's Eve rewatch of Four Rooms, and a little spiel afterwards as the clock ticks to 12. If we don't talk too much before the movie starts.
Yep.
So I want to thank everybody for joining us. Hope everyone has
Professor,
a
do you want to drop a link before we end? Just throwing it out there. I don't know if you've already got your stream lined up or if we've been keeping you. Just want to make sure that we have a good continuity so that we can get everybody over there that wants to join you.
Yeah, I don't. Well, by the time I do it, it'll be. I was going to say, well, I can do it, but then by the time I get there, I'll have to have ended the same way.
Oh, there is.
Yeah,
what? I will go ahead and drop it. Oh, did Nanette drop it? Okay, Nanette already dropped it.
There it is.
Cool.
So if you want to see Professor, if you want to see Professor Busted Ghosts, head on over to the Professor's channel.
Yeah.
Again, thanks everyone for joining me. Thank Troy and the makers of Kraken Rum for almost virtually being sponsoring this rewatch. So we have released the Kraken, and it's time to send the Kraken home. Have a great weekend, buddy, and take care.
Bye all. Bye bye.